Interesting topic this week on emotional intelligence, especially when it comes to teaching and looking at our strengths and weaknesses in relation to emotional intelligence and teaching, and the scale of defining this on the scale of 1 to 5 where I might be at. I think I'm at a 4 as far as emotional intelligence, as especially when it comes to teaching and learning more about teaching, and to be what goes into being a very good teacher and being an intelligent teacher as far as emotions and things like that of yourself, not just yourself, and of your students. What aspects of emotional intelligent instruction will come naturally to you? I think it's like with the articles, the tips that the two of the articles gave, the using the emotional intelligence to teach and the emotionally intelligent teaching. Both of them talk about creating an environment. One talks about creating an environment of respect, manage your emotions while taking responsibility, be honest and own up to your mistakes, and validate students. That's coming from the article of using emotional intelligence to teach. I believe it would be to validate the students, because validating the students and their concerns and helping them understand the work is especially good and gratifying as a teacher when you can see that once you've validated them and come up with a plan that helps them, it's like their expressions and their behavior and personality changes, because it gives them some confidence in themselves as well. And the emotionally intelligent teaching article talks about, the first tip is talking about being passionate about the work you do. I think that would be the other thing that would come naturally to me, because I'm very passionate about writing, and I'm passionate about different authors that I would love to teach about as far as writing and stuff. And when you're passionate about the topic you're teaching, it comes across to the students, and the students even have more fun learning the topics once they see how passionate you are about your topic and what's being discussed. What innate strengths do you have that connect to a higher level of emotional intelligence? I think it's the fact of being passionate and being determined and being creative as well, and insightful is one of my strengths as well. Especially being passionate, like I said just before this, being passionate about what you want to talk about and what you love, and being able to share that with the students as well is great. And I believe with being passionate about something is a strength, and once you're passionate about it, it will give you a higher level of emotional intelligence, because you know that topic and you love to discuss it with other people. And being insightful also, I believe, goes into that you can see through things, and that comes back to validating the students, I think, and knowing once you can relate to them as far as experience. And I believe that is under tip number 2 of the emotionally intelligent teaching article of empathy, recognizing how other people feel and then experiencing their feelings as your own. It creates a sense of a shared connection. So once you can, when you can share your experiences with them and they can learn from them, that is great as well. And what aspects of your personality do you need to cultivate in order to embark on a successful career in teaching? That would be my one weakness. One of my weaknesses is being being sensitive to other people's, because I do know I need to need to work on to be more sensitive and be empathetic, and to listen and to validate others people's comments and what they bring to the table. And that I'm a sensitive person, but I've learned to be more sensitive, and I still learn to be more sensitive about certain things and not to get defensive, because as far as writing, you have to have an open mind, and especially with teaching as well, you have to be open-minded and listen to everybody's concerns and not just your own. What will be a challenge? Right now, I think it would be being a private person and being less, being, and that's one thing I'm learning, is to not be a really private person, and to be not be so much of a perfectionist as well. That's another thing I'm having to learn that's a challenge, because I'm a very person that I strive for perfection, and I know that it's not always going to happen.